Bring it in, ladies. Bring it in.
Bring what in? Oh,
Good job.
fucking squad.
Squad goals.
Oh my god.
What's up, guys? I'm Kyle Wilkes, here with Gabriel Calmy behind the camera. We went over a leg workout today. I have Inga, Nicolina, and Ali with me. In a couple seconds, you're going to see some clips from today's workout. I'll give you a quick recap as you observe each workout, and then the ladies will offer their insight into how they think the workout went. So getting started, we started with leg extensions just to get some blood into our quad to warm up before we moved into the first compound movement, which was a squat. With the squats, we really did a lot of warming up. We had some corrective work for people's forms. I'll let each lady specifically elaborate upon that.
So my squat was a little too wide, so Kyle made me narrow my stance. My hips are very tight, so I had to stop and do some straight leg deadlifts to kind of get the blood flowing and get my hips a little looser. Once I did that, for my next set, it definitely felt much better. Definitely felt a squeeze. And it was just brutal. I mean, I have nothing to say because I'm gassed right now and nothing is working, including my brain. So that's about it. That's all I'm gonna say.
So he corrected my stance. My feet were originally pointing forwards, and he told me to move them slightly outwards for both of them. Once I did that, the pump was way better. I felt it in my next set. I was dying. Another helpful tip that he gave me, I do have slight shoulder problems, and he gave me the tip of not holding on with my pinky, so just these 3 fingers and my thumb, and that helped tremendously. Like, my shoulder pain instantly went away for the next set.
Just from letting go with your pinky?
Yes.
Not only did he tweak my form, but I learned a lot today. Slightly putting your feet in different directions, or your arms during exercises, for example. When we were doing the press down, we kept our weight on our heels, so then that targeted our glute. Even when we were doing donkey kicks, kind of like not going past your hip. So that was awesome. It definitely gave me a different kind of workout than what I'm used to.
Kyle, if you could just explain to us exactly what proper squat form is, because you had to do so much adjustment with the ladies' forms. What exactly is that really good happy medium for proper squat form?
So I'd really say, depending on, first of all, what you're using squats for. Most individuals, I think, intend to squat to work on their quadriceps. With that being said, oftentimes males more often than not, they really care about the weight that they're putting on the bar. So they think it's cool to squat, plate after plate. And what they don't realize is their form is really never good to begin with. So when they do start squatting heavy, they have injuries. And if they don't have injuries, they have achy joints later down the road. But oftentimes, the perfect squat is different for each individual. Every human's different. Some people have longer limbs, so it's really going to differ from person to person. But normally, shoulder width, slightly wider than shoulder width is okay. Most of the time, people have wider stances for the fact that I was touching on earlier with using more weight. So what we did today, the girls don't have big egos, which is preferably easier to correct than males. So it was easy to kind of correct it. We just went back down to no pound, just the bar. We moved our feet in a little bit more. It was a little uncomfortable at first for, I think, all of them. But, it was easier for them. So down the road, they'll get back to exactly the same weight they were squatting. Ali was able to squat the same amount of weight, I think more than she's recently squatting, even though she was a little more narrow. So, I can't really answer the question to be what's the perfect happy medium. It's just, I would say, a little bit wider than shoulder width, and it has to be comfortable. If something's not comfortable for you, that's your body telling you, and you have to make an adjustment. If you don't make an adjustment, you're going to ultimately have some kind of injury.
The next workout?
All right.
I totally fucked my thing up. I was like, what the fuck am I saying?
It's okay. I'll cut that out and I'll use it toward the end. It's all good.
That's what I'm saying. My brain doesn't even work right now.
Squatting in general.
It's okay.
I'm like trying to remember what we did at the same time with having a properly formed sentence.
Right when I was done, I was like,
And all I can think about is food. I just want food.
So after squats, what we moved to was a superset that some of you have seen before that watched any of our leg workouts with Danielle. We started with I call it the football machine. You know, you could have your back on the pad or you could face the machine. We did reps range around 10 to 20, a little bit higher, and then we moved into a hack squat where we did 2 different variations, one with a wider stance and one with a closer stance. Basically, again, just hitting different parts of your quadricep. You obviously will engage your hamstring, your glute when you're going lower than parallel or whatnot, but we were focusing on quadriceps at the time. So, ladies, do you have anything to say about that exercise, the superset group?
Yes, my quads were on fire. The superset, not allowing your body to have a break in between sets, just going directly from the first one to the next one. My quads were on fire, and it really pushed my quads and the rest of my body to the limit.
Yeah, same here. I failed pretty much on that one, just like I did on squats. I gassed. I'm not used to doing that much volume to begin with, but this was a great way to kind of change up my workout. I definitely felt the pump in my quads. One great piece of advice that Kyle gave me is just think with your quads. Really see it in your mind as you're doing it and squeeze with the quads to really activate that part of your leg. So that was very helpful.
At first, I was like, yeah, I got this. The first set was easy. Once we moved to the other machine, wide was okay, I felt it burn. When we went narrow, I really felt it and it hit a totally different part. Supersetting those two really took it to the next level, and I really recommend it because that's how you're gonna grow your legs.
Why do you choose to superset certain workouts and other workouts not? And then on video we see that you had them do a drop set at the end of the squats even. What's the reasoning for those movements and when's the right time to do them?
Because we have 3 people, there's longer break periods for each person. So with that being said, I thought it would be wise to have a superset to where, you know, one person gets a little bit more work than usual and then they have that longer break. Supersetting is something you can still do by yourself in the gym. I wouldn't abuse it again, like I said, really focus on the basics, you know, whether you're doing leg extensions or squats, any kind of compound movement or isolation movement, just get the most out of the movement. You don't have to go from one workout and run around the gym like a squirrel. It's just a different technique we did today. We didn't superset everything, just occasionally.
How did you guys feel about the superset, and how did you feel about the drop set at the end of the squats?
The superset, definitely, I was already gassed at the superset, so, I mean, I just went until fail. And same thing with the squats, I went until fail. I'm not used to doing supersets, but I feel like that's a great way to build strength and endurance. So, yeah, that's pretty much it.
I feel the same as I did about the superset, as I do with the drop set. It really pushed my body to the next level. Even though, you know, I was weakening out towards the end of the first set, I would still go directly into the next set and he would push me, and it really just took it to the next level, especially like he said with having the longer break period, because there are 3 of us doing the same exercises. It's a longer break.
The drop set was like the icing on the cake, only it didn't taste good because it burned like heck, but it was a great way to finish after that set. It was awesome.
Pretty much. So after we did that superset, we moved into a lying hamstring curl. With that, we did about 3 to 5 working sets. 2 of the 3 ladies participating in it, one of them had a issue. They're too short for the machine. So we had to choose a different machine for her. She did more of a standing hamstring curl, so you see some of the footage with that. As far as the regular lying hamstring curl, just traditional work. We incorporated some partial reps at the end of each set. But other than that, you know, I was just more really focused on good contractions. Allie didn't want to increase the weight a couple times, so I just made sure I moved the pin down. And again, just encouraging them that, you know, they're stronger than they think, and at the same time, let's work harder. We're in the gym for a short amount of time of your 24 hours in a day, so get the most of it.
Inga, did you have that issue where you just weren't believing in yourself? And you were underestimating your own strength?
I always do at the gym. But I wouldn't say that that was my only issue. It's just, like I said, I don't usually do that sort of volume, so it was new for me. But the laying hamstrings were really great in the sense that Kyle had us have a shorter range of motion, come up twice, and then go lower and then up. So that really, you really felt the hamstring contract, and you really got a good pump, and really, for me personally, I mean, it got so intense to where the back of my knee started hurting because my hamstrings got so tight. But that definitely was also a great workout.
So I could not participate in the laying hamstring exercise because I was too short for the machine. So I just did the standing one, and then instead of coming up and then slightly coming back down like they did in the laying hamstring exercise, I just did a regular fully down, come back up, and it was great. I felt the burn completely, and then also he corrected my form. I was going slightly too far down to begin with, and he told me that I'm going to start locking out, so I just started going down slightly less, and I felt the burn 10 times more.
I also did the laying hamstring curl, and at the end he had me do little bounces, not at the top, at the bottom, and I felt like that hit a totally different muscle than what I'm used to, and it killed me, but it was awesome. Yeah, it was great.
Can we go eat now?
So basically what they were saying in, I guess, more logical terms was just the range of motion we changed up. We made it a little shorter range of motion when we did hamstring curls, and then when we did partial reps at the end, we did it at the bottom half of the lying hamstring instead of the top half, which you'll traditionally see. Again, just something different, you know. Only Allie did that actually and participated in that just to see if she felt it better. But, you know, ultimately it was just, you know, we were just hammering the same basic movement with the lying hamstring curl, good contractions, and we just, I think our rep range sticks between 10 to 15 reps. It was a little heavier for them. But after that, what we moved into was some movements for glutes. The first movement we did was on the assisted pull-up machine. I think every gym has that, so there's no excuse not to be able to try it if you're a lady. But, you know, it's pretty simple as far as the movement itself. You know, we kept it more, again, instead of doing a full range of motion, we kept it more at the top half end. And, you know, the girls will be able to provide more input, as it's not something I personally do. You know, I think males should actually kind of do it.
By doing the top half and not the bottom half, or the full range of motion, how does that differ, you know, for the ladies and the muscle that in working the glute?
I just think by having different ranges of motion for different exercises at times, your muscle is trained a little bit differently. So that way when we went to donkey kicks, they're really focusing on the contractions. They're squeezing the contractions, as opposed to when we were doing on the assisted pull-up machine, we were just training we were training the muscle in a really stressed position.
So would you consider the press down more of a power movement, and then the donkey kicks more of the squeeze or the, you know, the actuation movement, I guess?
I wouldn't consider it necessarily a power movement. I just consider it, you know, anytime you contract the muscle, you obviously want to do it forcefully. But as far as a power movement, I wouldn't necessarily say it was power. It's just a different way of doing it.
And is that something that you guys typically do for glutes when you do your own glute workouts on your own?
Usually I stay light and just go for reps. I've never really done the side kickback. That's not really like a donkey kick. That's like
So what Inga's basically referring to, when we did donkey kickbacks, she didn't push straight back. She kind of did it more of an angle, as you'll see in the video. Again, it's just different. You're just changing it. I asked her what she normally does. She said it. So I said, today we're going to do it this way. Everyone's different, though. Like I said, she might have felt it better, or maybe next time she does it, she hates it. It's just personal preference.
Yeah, I usually do straight donkey kickbacks, so I wanted to switch it up and do it the sideways to feel more of my side glute activated, and I gassed out on the second set, I want to say, because again, that's not a workout that I usually do. I usually do the straight kickbacks.
So I did the donkey kickbacks like I normally do. So you'll see in the video, instead of kicking off to the side, I kick straight back with a slight bend at the knee coming back in. But what I did change up towards my third set was that instead of kicking back fast and coming back slow, I went slow all throughout. So kicking back and coming back.
I usually do straight glute contractions in my leg workouts. So when I do donkey kicks, I actually prefer to kind of go to the side, because it hit, like Inga said, it hits your side glute. It's definitely a different way to target that, other than doing other glute exercises. Fuck, I'm really bad at this.
It's okay, Allie's
It's okay.
side.
So we finished up our leg workout with stiff leg deadlifts. Again, we focused, because it's at the end of the workout, the ladies were pretty torched. They didn't really have much gas left in the tank, so we did only about 2 sets. The rep range was definitely in the higher end. I think 30 to 40 reps each of them got. So the weight that they used, was pretty lightweight. We focused on critiquing their form a little bit. Some of them were turning into more traditional deadlift, which was not what we were intending to do. And once we did that, did the 2 sets, and that's pretty much it. They didn't have anything left in the tank. A lot of them, I think our total workout time when we were actually working out probably is about 75 minutes. A little bit more than I intended. I didn't expect to be here that such duration. But again, sometimes with the workouts, you just have to correct some form just to help them in the future, rather than wait 5 months and either an injury develops, or we realize that they're having problems, we need to go back to square one. So we took care of that today. That way next time when we get in here, we can really be intense and focus on exactly the intangibles that we were talking about today, and and hit it hard. Other than that, I thought they all gave a great effort. A couple of times, I think Inga, she really pushed herself to failure, and that's something I was expecting. In each one, I didn't get it consistently from all of them, but most of the time when they were doing their sets, they were giving 110% effort in my eyes, unless they were faking it. But that's what I want to see. I'm not going to waste my time trying to help people that don't care, and they definitely ask good questions. And, anytime people want to learn or eager to learn, I'll express what I know, if I can help them in any way. And these 3, we have a good group of 3 girls, so you'll see a lot more workouts from them. Maybe next time we'll focus on an upper body part and provide more insight into some of the workouts that they think works, that I think work, and we'll combine the 2 and put together some good footage. Other than that, I really have nothing else to add. Unless some of the ladies do, then you'll hear from them. Otherwise, I appreciate you guys watching. See you next time.
Where are you now that I need you? Now that I need you. Where are you now?